Hey folks, it's mid-May 2013, and this morning when I was waiting for the bus with the kids, I was looking around the yard and things are looking pretty nice. And I thought what I'd like to do today is just walk you around the yard and show you some of the things about the yard, some of the plants that I think are pretty cool. And this is going to be more of a motivational video for you guys. If you're just looking for some ideas of what plants look like, want to see how things look when they're coming in, that's what we're going to do. So here's a nice view of the front of the house, and I just mowed the lawn yesterday, and I do mow my lawn at 4 inches tall. I grow everything organically. I don't use chemical fertilizers, and I honestly haven't used any fertilizers for about 2 years now. But I think the lawn's looking pretty good, mowed nice and tall at 4 inches. So then we'll come over here to the front of the house, and what you're looking at there, this is a Varder Valley boxwood. This is Varder Valley, and that's all the new growth coming in. And for a boxwood, to me, it's got more of a low mounding habit. And there used to be a third one, but we lost that in one of the snowstorms. This is a Japanese Stewartia. Another few weeks, that's going to be in bloom, looking very nice. And you can see the flowers. There's last year's seed. And then there's this year's flower on that Stewartia. And then here's some Sedum. This is actually like a brilliant Sedum or an autumn joy Sedum with green foliage, red or pink flower. But then on the other side of the walkway, I've got, this is like a Vera Jameson type Sedum with a darker foliage. You grow this one more for the foliage and also for the flowers as well. But there's a good contrast. And over here, I want to get a video of this later in the year, but this is Vitex agnes castus, and I might be a little bit off, but this is called the Chaste Tree, and it's a shrub, but it's going to grow to be, about 8 feet tall by the end of the summer, and have these really fragrant leaves and a nice purple flower to it as well. But it basically dies back to the ground every year, and it's fairly late to emerge as well. And then there's some nice, some nice pansies in the pot there, and we just put them on the bird feeder hook. And then there's some more hanging baskets, and we had the rain a couple days ago, so our gutters drip. So I just put them right beneath the gutters there to catch some of that water. So we'll move across the front of the house, and I've got some shrub roses that are going to be coming into bloom fairly soon. There's some Spirea for you. That's Little Princess. That's going to be coming into bloom. And then here's Hydrangea paniculata. And this tree, by the end of the summer, is just going to be so covered with foliage you won't even be able to see the main stem. I mean, it grows that quickly. And then this here, what we're looking at there is a Mariesii Viburnum just coming into bloom. And then this is a Katsura Tree, which is Cercidiphyllum japonicum. Looking very nice. And there's a maple tree growing behind it, and I get the feeling that at some point a storm may get that maple tree. There's some stuff going on there with the trunk. So I put the Katsura Tree there so that if we ever do lose that maple, the Katsura Tree can kind of take over. And then here's my irises that are just coming into bloom as well. And then this is, I believe this one here is a Weigela florida. And this is more of an old-fashioned, is it Weigela? I'm going to have to do some research on that. But I'll put the plant name beneath the shrub. But very dainty pink flowers. It'll grow to be a shrub about 8 feet tall. You'll see it in a lot of the older homes. You'll see this mound of foliage that's literally 8 to 12 feet tall. And it's a nice little shrub. This actually, I had to cut it back to the ground about 2 years ago, and it's already grown that much in 2 years. And then over here, here's our dawn redwood, Metasequia glyptostroboides. I planted that one myself about, 10, 12 years ago. This is a tree peony over here. I don't see any blooms, and I've never really had much luck with my tree peonies. And then this is penstemon. This is a perennial, Penstemon digitalis, I believe. Nice red foliage. When it emerges, it's totally red right from the ground, and then it's going to have some nice flower spikes a little bit later in the season. Okay, over here, this is Newport blue boxwood, and you'll see it's got a little bit of a different habit. I haven't sheared this plant for a good, I'm going to say 3 years, and I really like the way boxwood looks with an unsheared habit to it. You know, I'm really a big fan of selective pruning, and boxwood, the nice thing about it is I've selectively pruned it, but you know, after 2 or 3 years of no pruning, I think it still looks very pleasing. And then here's Lenten Rose. I filmed a video of this plant back in early March when the flowers were just starting to emerge, and she's still looking good. Got some mountain laurel here. We've got the new growth coming on our mountain laurel, and then there's our blooms working their way up. And this is a pretty good sized mountain laurel. That's about 8 feet tall. And then this is Deutzia magician coming in over here. I'm not a huge fan of this shrub. It's absolutely gorgeous when it's in bloom, but then it just kind of sits there. But if you've got a shrub border, you want something really cool in bloom, I would highly recommend that one.